Hi everyone, my name is Erin. I am a very new knitter based in Southern California, and today I wanted to talk to you about my spring 2023 knitting plans. Today is January 20th, and it's actually why I'm wearing this aggressively red shirt because it's almost Lunar New Year, and to those of you watching who celebrate, Happy Lunar New Year to you all. A super quick summary of my knitting journey. There's not really that much of it. In middle school, I learned how to knit, and I literally only learned the knit stitch, made a couple of scarves, dropped it, forgot about it, and then last year, late last year actually, I saw one of my coworkers with some knitting on her desk, and I was like, oh my gosh, I should totally pick this up again. I forgot about knitting as a craft and as a hobby, and it piqued my interest seeing that on her desk. And so that night, I looked into it, and here we are. Just put my hair up because it was really starting to bug me. So spring 2023 knitting plans. I know in some places it's still winter, but I'm in Southern California. You know, we don't really get temperatures lower than 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And essentially after, I would say late January or maybe a couple weeks into February, it starts warming up a lot. So I think it's a good time to start prepping for some spring things to wear in spring. I put together a couple of photos a couple weeks ago, planning out my spring knits. I will say, out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things that I have in this photo collage, I've added a couple more. That likely means that some of these are gonna get swapped out because I'm not a fast knitter. 8 is already a lot. 8 was already a lot of things to aim for, so if I'm tacking on things like that, I just don't think it's feasible, and I don't think I should put that much pressure on myself. Okay, I'm gonna scoot myself to the side so there's space for the photo to be on the screen. Starting at the top left, the first item, garment, I don't know, are socks garments? The first thing I want to knit is a pair of socks. These are the August socks by Darling Jadore. By the way, my monitor is right here, so if you see me looking in this direction, that's why. But yes, the August socks, Darling Jadore. I don't know, like this was one of the first patterns that I saw when I got into Ravelry, and it's just, this sock lives rent-free in my head. And so I really want to knit it. I also think I have the recommended yarn that the pattern calls for. I think it's the Fibre amble, I think. And I have that because last year I went into my local yarn store and I said, do you have fingering weight yarn that are good for socks but are also beginner friendly, because I hadn't made anything yet, and so I was looking to make my first pair of socks at the time. And so the owner of the yarn store said, here, try out this yarn. It was the Fibre amble. I loved it. I have made a couple pairs of socks with it already. Well, I say a couple. It's only been a pair and a half. But I do like working with the yarn. I think it is very beginner friendly. And also at the bottom right, since we're on the topic of socks, the bottom right is the Kigi socks by Yucca, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Yucca. I actually have already made a pair of these, but those were gifts for my sister. And I had been eyeing the pattern for a while, and then my sister, when I was asking her to pick a sock pattern, she picked the Kigi socks. And I was like, good choice, because I also want to make this for myself, so I'm gonna buy the pattern for you and then also use that same pattern to make myself a pair. Staying in the world of accessories, I guess, we have leg warmers and arm warmers. The leg warmers are, I think, the Pinterest, oh, what are they called? Like Pinterest leg warmers by Wang. I know the designer is Wang. I forget exactly what the pattern is called. Everything will be linked down below, so go ahead and check that out if you would like. I just have really cold hands and legs and feet. Like, I know I live in a very warm climate, but I'm still cold most of the time, except in summer. So I just feel like leg warmers would be great. Hand warmers would be great, arm warmers would be great. I know for leg warmers, Unlucky Knits recently released a longer version. I think that goes over her knees, so I might look into that as well, but I just, at the time of myself making this image, the ones by Wang were the ones that I found and I really liked how they look. The arm warmers are Bridge Arm Warmers by Kukiko Inoue. This is a free pattern. And again, I just have cold hands, cold arms. And I feel like this would be genius to wear while I work. So yeah. Okay, now getting into the rest of this board. The Simple Bralette by Nakedknit. And it's cute, it's fast. I'm actually currently working on mine and I'm almost done with it. I'm super close to finishing. So hopefully you can see here. I'm almost done with it. The back is, ooh, I don't know how to show you the back. Yeah, I'm just working on this last I-cord strap here and then I'll be done. I've kind of woven in some of my ends already, so that feels really good. This was not the color that I originally wanted to make this bralette in, but I was moving house. It was a stressful time. I wanted to stress cast something on, and that was just the yarn that was closest to me, and that was also the same weight that the pattern called for, so here we are. Oh, the yarn is Madeline Tosh Superwash Merino. It's the one without any nylon in it. I forget what it's called. Tosh Merino Light? Again, everything will be down below. Okay, next is the Twist Loop Top by Otherloops. This is just a gorgeous tank top, and if I'm gonna be making items for spring / summer, I should make a couple of tank tops. You know, I'm really anticipating for my summer knits, it's gonna be very like tank top, cami, light summery stuff heavy. Because again, I'm in California. I don't even know if I want to be knitting with anything that remotely resembles wool in the summer just because it gets so hot here. So in preparation for that weather though, I do want to make the twist loop top because it's so freaking stunning and beautiful and simple and also so unique. So yeah, that's on my list. And the last two patterns on here are Petiteknit. I have the balloon sweater, which I want to make a version in black. I did buy alpaca yarn. Let me find the actual yarn. I got this yarn at Hobbii during their Black Friday sale. This is the 100% alpaca, soft alpaca yarn. I got a sweater quantity of these with the hopes of making these into a balloon sweater. I have no idea if that's gonna work. It'll be my first time working with alpaca. I just really like the way it feels, so. I also did buy some soft silk mohair from Knitting for Olive, and I bought that. I just ordered from the Knitting for Olive website, so yeah, did a bulk order of that because I don't want to pay for shipping twice. And then for the April cardigan, I want to make that in a pale yellow because I don't have anything that's yellow in my closet, and I don't know, I just think I love yellow. I'm so attracted to shades of yellow. I've noticed that whenever I walk into a yarn store and I see yellow yarn, beeline towards the yellow yarn. I just love it so much and I gravitate towards it, and I don't have anything in that color in my closet, so I think that'll be very cute. Let me show you the combo. I swatched I know, I swatched in preparation for this, so let me grab that for you. I'm really trying to get on the swatching train, okay? I'm trying to understand gauge. I think I'm getting closer to understanding gauge. I'm not great at it, but I'm working on it. I understand the importance of it, and I really don't want to waste a bunch of yarn and mohair and just materials making the wrong size or making something that I don't like the fit of when I could have done my homework beforehand. So this is the swatch. It is a very pale yellow, as you can see. It's almost white, but it's definitely not white. Part of me kind of wants to go a little darker yellow, but I don't want to buy more mohair or more yarn for it, so I'm just gonna stick with this color and just see how it goes. But yeah, the yarn is a fingering yarn from typicalbliss. This was like one of her winter yarn colors that she had a pre-order for. This is Golden Ticket. Again, I love me yellow. And you can see that I keep my notes on post-it notes and then I literally safety pen them to my swatch. And then this right here is actually a bulletin board that I just pin these up on, which I think is a cool aesthetic. I like swatching, which I know is insane to some people, but there's something so therapeutic about the fact that you're checking kind of in advance whether or not you'll like something that you make, which is really cool to me. Okay, so this is everything that I planned for. You know, early January, I was like, I'm optimistic. These are things I think I can make in the first 3 months of this year. Thing is, bought some more yarn. That kind of might shift these plans around. So let me show you what I got. Okay, I think we all know what this is. This is Shibui Knits Silk Cloud, 40% silk, 60% kid mohair. Look at this blue. It's so pretty. I have a thing where my favorite color is black. I wear a lot of black. I wear a lot of neutrals, black, white, gray, beige. So I'm really trying to add more color into my wardrobe. You know, with the yellow, with this blue, with this red. As you can see, I'm making a real concerted effort here. So I got this because I walked into my yarn store yesterday intending only to buy 2 needles, and then I saw the Shibui knit section and I was like, well, can't believe they still have stock. I'm gonna buy a color, buy a sweater quantity worth, and the best part is at my local yarn store this was 40% off. So it's a steal. I would be committing a crime if I did not partake. I did know pretty immediately what I wanted to make with this, and it is a pattern by Unlucky Knits. It's the Snowfall sweater Mohair edition. I want to make it in this blue with the bell sleeves. It's gonna be so pretty. It's gonna be so pretty. A couple weeks ago when I first learned that Shibui Knits was going out of business, or closing down, so I bought this. So I ordered this online. So I got this at 30% off. This is Shibui Knits Billow. This is 41% cotton, 35% baby alpaca, 24% merino, and the color is bone. This is not color, not colorful, I guess. But I thought the fiber content mix was interesting, and I figured cotton and alpaca, maybe that would be something good and light for summer. And so the pattern I want to make with this is the Lola sweater or the Lola Pullover. Lola Pullover by, I don't know how to say this, so I'm just going to spell it, EweKnit Toronto. I think that pullover will be a great summer layering piece. The model for this pattern took photos on the beach, so I'm manifesting that I will be able to wear this over, like, I don't know, a swimsuit on the beach. So yeah, this is what I have planned for this. So as you can see, I definitely have my work cut out for me this spring. I really see these as more suggestions, and for some of these I do have yarn purchased and lined up and set aside for these specific projects, but if I don't get around to it this spring, I'm really not that pressed about it. I don't really think that I'm creating pressure for myself. I'm really just excited to start on this. Okay, that's all I have for you. I'm really hoping that in the coming months you'll see some of these things get turned into real items I'll be holding in my hands. And yeah, just knitting has been so therapeutic for me. I know it's therapeutic for a lot of people, but I think my job is pretty stressful. So sometimes when I get stressed at work, I do work from home, but when I get stressed, I just pull out my knitting, which is always next to me, and I knit a couple of rows, go offline for maybe 30 minutes, and then I come back and I'm in a much better headspace. So it's been a real lifesaver. And I'm really excited to see where this goes this year. Bye, see you next time.